How you doing? Welcome back to KWPR. Hope you're okay. So just got back to from 2 weeks away. Jackie came with me. Went down. Well, went virtually all over France, down to Spain. Weekend down at Spain. No, it wasn't a holiday. Some people were calling it a holiday. It wasn't a holiday. Far from it. Working, and obviously the weekend tried to make it as nice as possible for Jackie as possible, but fortunately when you got a lorry you're limited to where you can park, but we stayed at a okay sort of like hotel restaurant come sort of like truck stop place. Very hot on Saturday, very cloudy and a bit wet on Sunday, so a bit disappointing. And the beach was down at Valencia. The beach was about 7k away, too far to walk, and we couldn't get hold of a taxi to get us down there, unfortunately. But hey ho, it's what it is. But yeah, so we're back. It's been 2 weeks. Pond's looking a little bit murky, but that's because I've had the UV off, and I've had to do some maintenance because you've got to do some maintenance on the drum. You know, some people think when you get a drum that it's totally and utterly maintenance free, but it doesn't. The waste chutes can sometimes get blocked up, especially if you've got algae, or because I've got plant life around the edges of the pond and that. Like koi being koi, sort of like tend to rip it all off and have a go at it, and that just works its way down through the bottom drain, ends up when you shoot and can clog your chute up. So occasionally you've got to clean your chute off, give your screen a bit of a blast. You know, it's nowhere near as intensive as the old Nexus was, but it still has to be done. But since having the katoily Wi-Fi monitor, which did not skip a beat, I checked it every day, sometimes 2-3 times a day when we were out and about on our travels, and I've got to say I'm really impressed. For the price point compared to the other major ones out there, it is good. I mean, seriously, it is really good. But what I did notice is that my TDS is starting to go up a little bit. I've got quite high TDS, but it's come down in recent weeks to what it was, and I'm putting that down to this stuff. The bacteria, the biobacteria. So I've got a brew on at the moment because I've not put any in for, I suppose, about 3 weeks. I was doing it sort of like every other week. I might go back. So using this stuff at the moment. I'm going to order some of the lactose stuff. So this basically is just make your own. I did speak about it. I'll put a link to the video down below. I'm going to put a brew of that on. So that's put that on this morning. And then turn you back round, and then I'll be putting that in tomorrow, and then I'll be watching my TDS readings, see if they go down a little bit. Be interesting if it does, because that's another bonus to that stuff. It's Friday, I've got a day off, but it's not a day off. I've got to do training, CPC training for my thing. It's via Zoom, all set up. But it is, it's all part of it. But the fish seem to be doing okay, apart from the Tancho shower, and the spot on its head has developed white in the middle, as if the spot's disappearing. I did net him out first thing this morning, and I had a little feel and that lot, and it's not fungus, it's not anything untoward. It just seems to seems to be a big white patch on its head. It's not hiku because it's too large. So whether he banged his head or something like that, I don't know. I'll keep an eye on it. It happens sometimes. Tancho spots can fade over the years. It's just one of those things that you just have to accept. But we'll have a little look at the fishing a little later on once the sun comes up a bit more, and also talk a bit more about the monitor and how it's doing. and just general stuff. So I will catch you lot in a minute. Oh dear. So the weather's turned absolutely flaming miserable. Thunderstorms, heavy rain, bit of a break in the rain, so not being able to do what I wanted to do really this weekend, which is unfortunate because I've got absolutely crap loads to do. Cutting back most of the bushes because they've gone absolutely nuts, trimming the trees because they're hanging out in the road, and obviously pond stuff. But I'm just going to give them some mealworm because obviously being heated I've still got the temperatures. So spin you around, have a little look at the fishes. So there they all are, happy as Larry. I'll chuck a bit of mealworm in and you can watch the fun ensue. So yeah, definitely not liking the wide angle on this camera. I'll put it back to standard. I will do later, but yeah, my fish by no means are what you call the best collection in the world, and I don't pretend they are. And I think it's getting to the stage now where I've got to think about moving some on and upping the quality of the fish. But you know, you can afford what you can afford. But I should start moving some on. The Tancho shower there, now the Benny spot's starting to fade, and that happens. As I said earlier, it's just genetics, and it was never very deep anyway. It was nice solid and it was perfectly placed, but it was never very deep, and it's just one of them things that I'm going to have to accept, and it'll probably fade altogether. Yeah, pretty decent shiro. But no, it's time to move that on. Chad, a lot of people say yeah, get rid of him and that lot, but Chad the Chag, or should I say the Charatsuri, he's the daddy of the pond. He's the fish I've had the longest, so he's not going to go anywhere. I'm afraid not. So yeah, the Adam by One Step Kahaku, going to move that one on. Hell of a body on it, growing nicely, but I've done all I can do with it. The Momentary Kahaku, the 3-step, that's staying for now anyway. The Ifa Shower, it's not growing nowhere near as fast as what I was hoping, but the patterning and the coloration on it is really good, and it has put on quite a bit of growth this year, putting that down to the pro bites, especially compared to last year. I think it only grew about 2 cm last year, but it's piled on quite a bit this year. So yeah, so I'm going to keep that, basically because it's nicer. And I do like the patterning on it. A lot of people do think like the patterning on it. Yamabuki Ogon, I mean, that's just stunning, that is, so that's not going to go anywhere. And then I got my black koi, which is for luck, so that's staying. And then I got my Danishi flower pattern Kahaku. That's really piled on some size in the year I've had it. So I'm going to let that develop and see where it goes. The Benny's still quite fluffy on the edges. It needs to come through a bit more solid. If that doesn't happen next year, then I might think about moving that one on. My big oh dear, sorry, yawning there. Tired. My big shower there, patch. It's not the best shower in the world, but he's got a hell of a body and quite big. I'll have to measure it, but I won't fit in my bowl. Still ain't got a metre bowl yet. I refuse to pay what people are asking for them. I just bloody daylight robbery. At least dig Turpin more a mask. That's all I can say. But yeah, that's it for now.
So, as you can see, the fish are all doing well. Now, what I have noticed is that when the weather's fine, the connection between the probe and the receiver unit, which is is absolutely fine, strong as an ox. But now the weather due to drum, so yeah, it's the connection between the probe and the receiver unit, the display unit, is absolutely fine on the katoily, not a problem. But now the weather's turned a bit, yeah, it's sort of, it's intermittent. It comes in, drops out, comes in, drops out. So it's obviously affected by the atmospheric conditions or something like that. The distance isn't fantastic, but I do have sort of like obviously the covers, the deck, plastic cover from the drum lid, and then glass or thick timber on the summer house between them. So what I may do, I'll order another extension, USB extension, so I can move the receiver unit, the display, closer to the sender unit, and hopefully that will sort out the problems for all conditions. But apart from that, yeah, it's absolutely fine. I mean, it doesn't totally drop out, it reconnects. It connects for a while, then it drops out again. So I do think that's down to atmospheric conditions, because yesterday it was solid as a rock when it was fine and dandy and beautiful. So yeah, really loving it. And like I said, so far I can really recommend them. They're really good. And like I said, at the price point, you know, it's not a cheap piece of kit by any stretch of the imagination, but it is under half price of the, let's say, the leading water monitor in the market at the moment. It is under, well under half the price. Well, for the Wi-Fi version, it's probably about a third of the price of the Wi-Fi version, and with the discount that you can get using the code KWPR, all in capital letters, on the katoily website, yeah, you definitely save some money. And that's, like I said, that's not just on the Wi-Fi monitor, that's again across all their water monitoring items. So you can get a monitor for testing your tap water, find out what's in your tap water and whether it's drinkable or whether it's high nitrate. That's quite interesting. I was thinking about maybe getting one of them. And then these, like I said, these katoily water monitors, they're actually can be used in the pond as we are doing, as I'm doing here, or you can use them in the aquarium. And they are bringing out a small slimline version for the smaller aquariums as well, but I don't think that's 7, I think that's only going to be a 6 in 1, a Wi-Fi version. Yeah, so keep your eye out in the market for that if you want some for your aquariums. But aquarium or pond, like I said, yeah, apart from this little blip with the distance, but that can be the way I'll set it up, yeah, not a problem. So I just tried unhooking it from the wall and bringing it closer, and that brought the signal back strong as an ox. So yeah, just the atmospheric conditions are playing, you know, once these sundry conditions disappear, very slight rumble in the distance just there, hopefully the signal will come back again. But I will move it just to be on the safe side, but I've got to get myself another USB extension. The Wi-Fi pump, that is going sound as a pound. Yeah, really recommend one of them as well. So yeah, if you're like me and you like your Wi-Fi and you need your Wi-Fi because you work away, as I said, I've been away for the last 2 weeks. Jackie's been with me, so there's been nobody really keeping an eye on the pond, because yeah, my daughter comes out and she fed the fish, and that's about, you know, literally pour the food in and walk away. They've been very well fed because I have been watching it on the cameras. Why do you own a pond if you work away? Because I have the weekends when I come back, and it's so de-stressing. But yeah, yeah, they've watched her on the camera, and yeah, they've been very well fed over the last few days. Stepped away and they're going nuts for that. they're nuts for those mealworms. Typical, when you stand there filming them, they, yeah, the usual greedy ones will come up, but as soon as you step away, because I haven't been here for a couple of weeks, not used to seeing me. But yeah, there was more I wanted to get done today, but like I said, just ain't got the weather. I've got the pigeons building their nest again. Let's spin you around a minute. You can't see them on the roof there, I don't think. Trying to zoom in, but I'm not very happy with these. There he is, just on the roof again. I don't know whether you can see that. Bless his cotton socks. But yeah. Yeah, so the pigeons are back building a nest. That's the second one this year. And if it's anything like the first one, it'll just fall out of the tree as the young baby got better, and unfortunately the baby didn't make it. I tried my best to save it. I know pigeons are flying rats, but when you got a nest in your garden, you're a bit, oh, lovely. But yeah, their first brood got quite big, but unfortunately, like I said, we had the grandkids and Molly that was down, and the baby pigeon come flying out of the bushes, out of underneath the acre, and Molly was straight on him, just doing what a lab does. But oh well, such is life. Well, leaves are dropping early this year, just not in my garden, across the board altogether. It's that one that seems to be dropping, but some of the others are. And I did speak to a friend of mine who does gardening for different people, and he said, yeah, it's just not just my garden. He says a lot of the trees are dropping their leaves early. I know we just hit autumn, the official start of autumn, but yeah, the leaves are dropping themselves a lot earlier this year for some reason. It's been a funny old year, not just me saying it, I think a lot of people are thinking it. It's been an absolute awful year in all aspects, I suppose, really. But anyway, when I was away, did have a delivery courtesy of katoily. As you know, I've got the katoily QK25 combi. Ever since I've had it, the air dome in the bio side kept on, well, I'll see if I can do it for you. I'll spin you around, show you the air dome. So there's the air dome that come with it, and there's the rubber, and I did put it back together now, but I don't think I'm going to do it because it's wet. But it keeps popping out. There's a little ridge, so when is it going to do it? No, I can't do it one-handed. But basically the rubber will slip out here, and then obviously all the air will come out where the gap was. It's got a little lip that's supposed to sit in a groove, but the lip is very, very small, and it's been doing it since I've had it. I'd open it up, unscrew it, so this bit, you can screw this bit, and that comes out from the inner there. Give it a clean, put the rubber back in, screw it up tight as you can again. It worked fine for a week, 10 days, and then it'd just pop out again. And I'm not putting too much air for it. I'm putting the recommended amount of air from it, and actually a little less, because I've got one of the little adjustable plugs on there, so I can adjust it as I want. So I phoned Marcus up at katoily. It was still in warranty, could get a 2-year warranty, and he said, yeah, we're aware of the situation. Some of the older models, or models round about the age I got, it's a problem with the air domes, and if I take a picture of it, it's just so you can confirm it's the right one. So I took a picture of it and said, yeah, and they sent me out a new one. which is already in the drum, and so far so good. So yeah, so if there's any of you who've just recently had a combi drum from katoily and you're finding problems with the air dome popping out, so over the last 2 years or something like that, if you're still in warranty, just give Marcus a ring up at katoily, tell him what's happening, and if it's the older generation like this one, then you should get a new one under warranty, which is handy to know. Just another update on some of the stuff I've done this year. If you remember, I converted an in-ground skimmer that's normally pump fed, well, not pump fed, but has a pump fitted in there and then pumps water out to whatever return you're using. I converted that, put a 3-inch line in, holes just here, and you can see that's pulling really well by the flow. So yeah, really pleased with that. It seems to be working an absolute treat. So it is possible, if anybody's got one of these and has a filter pit as well like me, or and they want to convert it to 3 inch, just go back and watch my video or give me a shout and I'll tell you how it's done. But as you can see, it's working really well, especially since I uprated the pump. So yeah, so I've got 2 pumps on there, and yeah, really happy with that. Ooh, what's that there? Oh, that's just a bit of dead flower. But yeah, mind your own business, is doing okay. Like I said, the paper tree had to go, it was just getting too big. The Geum koi just finished flowering now, so that one's doing really well. I've got another one over there that doesn't do so well because it's been choked out by the Susan, creeping Susan. But saying that, I've got a nice little flower on it, look. Yeah. So yeah, I've been having to cut all this back like hell. It's done really well this year, spread, and getting in the way of the acer in the pot. Got to give that a feed, by the way. Well reminded. The lobelia's just starting to go over now. Still got a few flowers on it. There's my acer. I really want this to sort of like just come over and cover up these things, but got some new growth on it, and it goes bright red on the new growth. So that's doing all right. The other acers are doing just as wonderful. There's another one down in there. My ferns are doing really well. This acer's just gone nuts this year. I'm going to have to give that another trim. And this is still flowering. Really pretty little flowers. Very delicate. I just wish it had spread more, so send out multiple shoots. Might have to get another one and send it. These things here are supposed to send up big, long, fluffy, almost like just trying to think what you call them now. Pampas grass. It's supposed to send out sort of long shoots, but I'll get the leaves, but I don't seem to get the long shoots. I don't know whether it's where it's located. I ain't got no signs of any coming. No. I'll have to get in and pick all those leaves up. But yeah, a few of the old garden spiders about. Not as many as what there normally is. And I don't seem to be so inundated with them this year, whether it's the birds have increased or what, but yeah. So I'm going to have to give my cloud tree a shape. I'm just letting it grow a bit this year because it sort of needed thickening out, so I'm going to let it go for a year and then give it a trim. And this acer's just going absolute flaming nuts as well. And this one's lovely. Some red on it. Look at the lettuces. we're not going to be short of a lettuce leaf or two, that's for sure. And that's pick and come again, that is. Yeah, we've been picking it like crazy, but obviously you go away for 2 weeks, you don't pick it, and there's your answer. So still getting a few flowers out of this lot here. I know. But this thing, we tried to kill this God knows how many times. We cut it back, we dug it up, but as far as future flowers go, these are stunning. And they've still got more to go. Look, open up on there. There's the seed pods. But yeah, still more flowers to open up. And they, like I said, they are really quite stunning. And like I said, we did plant this here when we sort of first moved in, and then it was starting to get in the way. It would grow really big, and we chopped it down, we dug it out and that lot, and it'd come back again. You know, leave a little bit of root in there, it'd come back again, and we chop it down and it'd come back again. So I said now it's earned its right, it's fought to stay here, so just keep it under control. And like I said, I just absolutely love the flowers. I just think they're absolutely stunning for the futures. I like the colour combination of the white and the pinky purple. So that's earned its right, that's stay. You watch now, I said it can stay, it'll probably keel over and die. But yeah, although we're into autumn, garden's still well alive, and the rambling rose that we cut right back, and thingy has put a sprout in. And this thing didn't get as tall as I was hoping, but it has flowered. Albeit battered by the rain. It's probably my fault for not putting a twig. Well, there is a twig for it to grow on, but I'm gonna have to move this from where it is and relocate it for next season, and hopefully we'll get some flowers on this next year. It's supposed to be a patio one, but it's getting the height now. The head's in the sun, so hopefully we'll get some flowers out of that. And the pineapple plant that's going in the bin. But yeah, climbing hydrangea, we've got one down the other end, this one here, still in its pot at the moment because I ain't been able to get behind there and plant it yet, but it's growing. So yeah, just make sure it doesn't affect the air source heat pump in there, but that's doing well. So yeah, the garden's doing alright out the back here. Just show you the baby's tears on the shower. It's going absolutely nuts, and I will encase it again this year. I might make it, give it a bit more room so there's a couple of inches in front so it doesn't crush it, but that's doing really well. So yeah, the heads on this hydrangea around here, because it's in the shade around here, and we get the pink in our soil because we're alkali soil, and you get the blue if you're in acid soil. So yeah, so we got the pink flowers, and then as they start to go over, they turn this paper colour, a beigey paper colour, then they dry out, and then you can cut them and preserve them if you wish. But yeah, it's done really well. This climbing rose here, been trying to get this one to go for ages, and it's just starting to go at last. So I'm gonna have to wrap this round and tie it to this tree, tie it to this thing, and then hopefully it come out over the pagoda a little bit. This one's not so rampant as the other one, but yeah, I'll have to let that go, and like I said, try and get something out of this one. Been trying to get this one to go for a couple of years now, and This first year we've had where it's actually grown high enough. It normally gets a bit of mould on it because of the heat in the summer. It gets a bit mouldy. There's no air comes round here, but now it's got the height. Hopefully the air get round it. Pox's pond. Whee. So just before I go, a couple of weeks on from when I started adding the Biota, and you can see the TDS is going down. There's a graph of when I first started putting it in. That's this month, and you can see it's steadily dropping. Not too bad.